This is the video for Module 1, Lesson 9, which has to do with using exponents for decimal movement in the place value system. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what is an exponent. This little number up here is called an exponent or a power. And this bottom number is called the base or a factor. What exactly does 10 to the fourth power mean? Because it's 10 to the fourth power because this is a 4. It tells me to take my base number, which is right here, and multiply it that many times. So it's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. It does not mean 10 times 4. It is not 40. 40 is not the answer. It's 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And to figure out what that equals to, we can use our zero trick. We cross out our zeros. We do 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, and that's 1. We put all our other zeros back in. There were 4 zeros. So 10 to the fourth power equals 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, or it equals 10,000. They're all the same value. Here's another one. We have 10 to the 8th power. So the first thing I do is I know that I'm using a base of 10. So since I'm using a base of 10, I know I have to do it 8 times because it's 8th power. So I do 10 times 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 10. So I have 8 tens up there, and that is equal to, we put the 1, and then we count how many zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that's how many zeros that I need. If you notice, the 8 also matches the 8, which is the exponent, so I don't need to write all the tens out. I can use the 8 as the exponent to know that I need 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I get 100,000. Sorry, 100 million. Next one, sometimes I'm given the number in standard form and they ask for the exponential form. So I know I can use 10. There's 3 zeros, so I know it's 10 to the third power. Here's another example for exponential form. So I have a 10 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. So it's 10 to the 6th power, which is also like multiplying 10 6 times, which would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Next thing is when I have to multiply times a power, and in this case, what I need to do is just like what I did last night. If it's 10 to the second power, we know that's 100 because there's 2 zeros, so it's 2 zeros. And 65 times 100, we know we can write 65 and put the 2 zeros right in because it's a whole number. Only because it's a whole number does it work like that. On the next one, it's to the fourth power, and since it's a whole number again, I can write 360, and that 4 tells me to put 4 more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that is equal to 3,600,000. Now there's a decimal and it changes. I cannot just add zeros. Since it's to the third power and I'm multiplying, we know from last night that when we multiply, we move our decimal to the right because it's getting greater. So I need to move my decimal to the right 3 times. So here's my decimal. It's right there. I have to jump 1, 2, 3 times. So now my decimal is here. There's an empty spot right here, and I know I have to put a 0 in for that. So my answer would be 4,650. Here's another example. We know we're multiplying, so we need to go to the right. It's telling me 3 times, so I have to jump 3 times. So once again, I'm actually going to rewrite my problem down here so that I have room to jump, and I'm going to jump 1, 2, 3. I know I need to fill in zeros. My decimal doesn't exist there, it's now here. So my answer is 45,300. Now I have to notice that when I started to do this, all of a sudden it's in division. Division means that I need to go to the left, and I just need to remember that I'm jumping to the left. There's a decimal here when it's a whole number. We have to remember when there is a whole number, there's a decimal to the right of the ones place. It's to the third power, so I'm jumping 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. My new number goes there, and I have 4 and 6/10. Once again, I have division, so I know I'm going to the left. I know I'm going 2 times, so I jump 1, 2, and I have my new number. Here's another one. I'm dividing again, so I know I'm going to the left. It's very important to make sure you pay attention to whether you're going left or right, division or multiplying. 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's something I need to fill in right here. I have to ask myself, what should I fill in right there? It's a 0, so now I have my answer. And that is how I use exponents to move around the decimal system.